Hi, my name is Jim and welcome back to MainlineLeather.com's YouTube channel. Today what I'm going to do is teach you how to properly sharpen a sewing awl. So if you want to come back here, I'll show you how to do it. Again, we're working with a curved awl today, so what we're going to do is take a fairly fine file and we're going to gently work the sides of this, but at the same time we want to rock it, because if you don't rock it you're going to tend to linger in one spot and wear an indentation into the side of this awl. So what you want to do is gently just cover that edge and work your way towards the center of the awl. Once you've done that, when you look really close to your awl, you're going to see a change in the color and the texture, and that's how you can tell you've actually covered this area. Do the same thing on the other side. Work your way very gently back and forth, okay, and keep on sharpening all the way to the tip, because obviously the tip is the point where you want it the sharpest. So work very gently at that end. Just kind of touch it up a little bit. When you're all done, you can take a knife or anything, something that has a sharp edge, and just kind of deburr it just a little bit, like so. What I do is I put it in a little bit of paraffin wax to kind of seal it up and give it a little bit of lubrication. This should be nice and sharp and should be able to go through the material quite easily without much effort, and then you can just continue stitching. Now, while we're on the subject of awls and sharp things, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in a little bit of a safety part of this video. I'm going to attach it to this part of the video because if I just had a link that said safety and hand sewing, probably nobody would click on it. But do yourself a favor and just listen to the rest of this video. You'll be happy you did. Okay, the most important thing is always be aware of where the ends of everything is. These are sharp things. People can get hurt. You've heard the saying, it's all fun and games until somebody gets a needle in the eye. Well, it couldn't be more true in this instance. So I'm going to give you a few tips, safety tips on while you're hand sewing, because it's fun but it's serious business. When you're sewing, always keep this left index finger back from where you are stitching. Never, do this type of thing, because if you do, that awl will go through your finger. And I have to tell you, there'll be pain. Lots and lots of pain. Okay? So, make sure you don't do that. But if you do, on the chances it happens, plan for it now so you know what you're going to do if it happens. If it goes through, do not pull it out straight, because this is a curved awl. So you're going to cause more damage. You have to exit in the same arc you went in. I know it's going to be, it's not going to be fun, but do it that way and you'll reduce your chance of more injury, okay? Again, this is very sharp. When you're stitching, if you want to back off a bit, what you want to do is once you've made your stitch, once you've put the needles through, you want to tug and come real close in on this one now. You want to almost tug a little bit on your strings so that the needles are being deflected away from your fingernails, so that you're not going directly in like that. If you go in directly like that, rather than pulling on them and deflecting them, you know what's going to happen? This needle is going to go under your fingernail. And I can tell you from experience, it's really going to hurt. So make sure you tug on this, pull away so that that doesn't happen. If it happens, again, there's going to be a lot of pain, so you should develop good habits now so you can reduce the chances of that happening. Because if it happens, believe me, the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to see little stars in front of your eyes. You're going to break out in a sweat. Your knees are going to get very rubbery, and it's just not fun at all. Also, when you're sewing, after you've gone through the hole, when you grab those needles, always turn your hands inwards like that. So that point of that awl is inwards. Because what happens is, most people, when they watch you sew, for whatever reason, they just love to be on the side of you. Always make sure that if somebody's watching you sew, make sure they're in front of you and not to the side of you. So what you want to do is pull it outwards, so that awl, if you can look at my hand, that awl is facing inwards and not outwards, so it doesn't strike anybody and cause injury. Also, at some point you may, this awl may slip out of your hands. Don't try to save it. What I want you to do is just jump back and get your hands out of the way and let it fall to the ground. It's easier to put a new awl. If it breaks, it's easier to just put a new one than to go through the pain. Also, do not wear sandals while you're doing this, because there's just not a good place on your foot for this to go through. It's just not good. So do not wear sandals when you're doing this. Those are really the major tips that, safety tips that I have for you. So develop good habits right away. Take them with you. Reduce the chances of injury, and enjoy your crafting. So if you need any supplies, any type of hand sewing supplies, crafting supplies, leather stains, dyes, be sure to visit us at mainlineleather.com, and we'd be glad to help you. Thank you very much, and I look forward to the next installment.